Thank you for your questions. It's time now for closing statements. By coin flip, Ms. Custer, you get to go first, and you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Scott. And thank you all for your time and for your patience today. We've talked a lot about these big challenges facing our country, and the fact is that we simply cannot afford to go back to the policies that Congressman Bass voted for 8 years, 15,000 votes that got us into this economic mess that we're in. Instead of going back to an era of politics as usual, I believe we need to move forward with a new approach, one focused on what's most important to the people, the families, the middle-class families, the hard-working people, the business owners in this room, small business, Main Street, that's what I'm focused on, and not what's important to the political parties or the special interests in Washington, D.C. that are funding Congressman Bass. Some of you may know this, but I come from a family of moderate Republicans, and I am very proud of the service that my parents had here to New Hampshire in the State Senate, in the Executive Council, in the House of Representatives, and yes, indeed, running against Charlie back in 1980. It's been a long time, Charlie, and you've run against my mother for this seat. So I'm very proud to be running a big tent campaign. We have lots of moderate Republicans and independents and Democrats of every stripe, and we're coming together to put people first, to get past politics as usual. In fact, in the last month, I've been touring all across this district, visiting in every region from the far, far north to the western part of the state and down to the southern border. And I'm proud of the community leaders that we have brought together talking about working on these big issues. How do we create good jobs? How do we invest in families here in New Hampshire? How do we provide access to affordable health care? And how do we get renewable energy going? I believe that we can live in a country that is safe and free at the same time. But what we need in this new approach is working directly for the people of Washington, not the special interests, not the interests like companies that want to ship jobs overseas, or big oil and gas companies that want tax breaks or loopholes from environmental regulation. What we need is someone that will go to Washington and help to get our economy back on track, to get our communities back on track, and to help families thrive again right here in this wonderful state that we are all blessed to call home. I know we can do this together, and I ask for your vote on November 2nd to work together to get our economy going, our country going, and so that every one of your families and mine can thrive in this wonderful state. Thank you so much.
Ms. Custer, thank you. Mr. Bass?
The choices, as you've heard over the last hour in this election, are very clear. More government spending, failed stimulus continued into next year, higher taxes all over the place, expanded government control and new regulations in all sorts of different areas, failure of this past Congress to extend any of the tax cut provisions that were passed in the early 2000s. My first vote next year is going to be for anybody but Nancy Pelosi. She left Washington 3 weeks ago with no appropriations, no budget, no tax cut extension. She has left America in an era of uncertainty that hopefully will end on the 2nd of January, because we will have bipartisanship with the Democrats. We will work to solve problems, real problems for America. We will turn this economy around, and we will make a real tough, courageous effort to get this spending under control. We will promote more competition. We will promote entrepreneurship. We will promote less federal government, not more. The choice is very clear. If you care about America, if you care about where this country is for our children and our grandchildren, if you care about the fact that $1.5 trillion deficits are unsustainable, especially when they're projected to go for 10 years, we need a change, and the people who are in charge are stuck. They can't change. And the real new approach is going to be change of leadership in January. I'm running for Congress because I care about America, and I think America is being ruined right now. And with your support, we will make a difference in 2011. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Mr. Bass, thank you. My thanks to our panelists, to all of you for attending, to our co-sponsors, AARP of New Hampshire, to the Greater Concord Chamber of Commerce, and obviously the Grapponi Center for hosting us. And how about a warm round of applause for both of our congressional candidates?